Good. Joseph. We're holding Perek Zion. We'll start again from the beginning of Perek Zion. Vayehi agoyro lemate Menashe ki bechor Yosef lemochir bechor Menashe havi agilod ki hoyo ish milchama vayehi loy hagilod ve'alboshon vayi livnei Menashe anu yisorim lemishbechoiso livnei Aviezer v'livnei Chelek v'livnei Asriel v'livnei Shchem v'livnei Chefer v'livnei Shmido ele Bnei Menashe ben Yosef ha-zechorim u'mishbechois. U'letzlofchod ben Chefer ben Gil'od ben Mochir ben Menashe. We spoke once about the Nachal of Tzlofchod, but I would like to now touch a nekuda which is very important. Tzlofchod ben Chefer ben Gil'od ben Mochir ben Menashe. Tzlofchod was a Einichel, a grandson of Gilod, who was a grandson of Menashe, who is the son of Yosef. Lohoyu loy bonim ki'im bonis. He only had daughters, he did not have sons. Ve'elish mois b'nois of machla v'noya choglu milka v'tirza. Vatikravno lifnei Elozor ha'koyem v'lifnei Yeshua binun v'lifnei anisim le'moir Hashem tziva es Moshe loises lonu nachla b'soich acheinu vayiten lo al pi Hashem nachla b'soich achi aviyim vayiplu chavla minoshe asoro levad me'eretz hagilod ve'aboshen Hashem evel hayardei ki b'nois Menashe nochalu nachla b'soich bonov ve'eretz hagilod hoiso livnei Menashe haneisori. Story is as follows. B'nois Tzlofchod, who was the Ur Einichel of Yosef, are coming with a taine, we are bonois, lomanigora, we should get equal parts in, and as we showed in previous shiurim, at the end of the day, part of them, the Bnei Tzlofchod was noichel, shnei evrei hayard. Rashi, so often in Rashi, we said it from Steers and the Psukim, bonois sa'ado alei shiur, state in Rashi, they got their nachalo in both sides, because we know that Reuven and God the Chotzi Shevet Menashe took the nachalo in Ever Hayard Mizrachi, in the east bank of the Jordan River. The other half of Chetzi of Shevet Menashe came to Eretz Yisrael. Bnei Tzlofchod got there, but they got 4 chalokim in Eretz Yisrael. I'm not reviewing what we already spoke. They got 4 chalokim, and part of the chalokim they took in Eretz Yisrael, and part in Ever Hayard Mizrachi. Because they got their father, and the father was Yerush's brother, and he's Yerush's father, and Eretz Yisrael is not Muchzekis and Olam Aviseinu, so it's not a Roy, it's called Muchzak, etc., etc., we discussed it. What I would like today to, a topic which I would like to discuss. Medrash on the, look in reference number 1. Medrash Rabbe and the Pasuk Vatikravno Bnoi Tzlofchod, the Medrash in Parshas Pinchas, state in Medrash, Oisoi Hadoir, Hoyu Anoshim Goidrois, Masha Anoshim Poirtzim. The woman used to put together to the pirtzer that the man did. Shekenat Amoitze She'omar Le Maharin Pirkues Nizmei Hazov Asher Be'oznei Nesheichem. Take off the Nizmei Hazov Asher Be'oznei, and Nezim is usually on the af, the earrings, the golden earrings of your wives. V'lo yirotzu anoshim u'michu beba'aleim. They protested. They did not want to give the Nizmei Hazov for the eagle. Shenema va'isparku kol ha'omes Nizmei Hazov va'anoshim lo nishtatfu imohen b'maseh ha'eagle. Shtei klon in Medrash that the Noshim were excluded from Maseh Egel. The Pirtzer was a Noshim, and the woman did not cooperate. That's why he couldn't take it off. It says, Vayisparku kol ha'om. but the Noshim themselves did not give any of their jewelry for the Egel. V'chein b'meraglim she'etziu dibo, v'yeshuvu v'yalinu olav es kol ha'edo, v'aleim nigzer ha'gzeira, she'nema she'omru lo yinucha lalos, aval hanoshim lo hoyu imoim be'etzo, she'kosuv l'malo min ha'parsha, ki omer Hashem lehem mois yomusu b'midbor, v'lo yinoisa mehem ish kim kova ben yefune ish v'lo isho. Alma sheleirotzu liikones la'oretz. It says like this. I don't know if anybody knew that Chiddush. The Doira Midbar who died in the Midbar was only a Noshim. The Noshim did not die in Chet HaMeraglim. They weren't participants in Chet HaMeraglim. And therefore, he says the punchline of the Medrash, Aval HaNoshim korvu levake ishnachal lo be'oretz lekach nichte b'parsha zu samach l'misas Doira Midbar shemishom portzu ha'anoshim v'godru ha'anoshim. The reason why there is smichus in the parsha state in Medrash, because the Noshim did not participate, not in Chet HaEgel and not in Chet HaMeraglim. Chet HaMeraglim was moitzid dibas ha'oretz, but the Noshim not only were not moitzid dibas ha'oretz, but they korvu levakesh nachal l'boretz. V'hu deraya korvu lekabesh nachal l'boretz, but no yislof l'kamit l'monai nachal in Eretz Yisrael. It's a big chiddush. It's nicht azay poshut. Aber steht in Medrash that the women did not die in Chet HaMeraglim. The 603,500 people who died every year, 15,000 ufroitroit, was only men and not women. Women did not participate and did not get punished. And how do you know? Because the whole Chet HaMeraglim is loitzi dibas ha'oretz. And here you see 5 women, 5 daughters of Slavchot. Not only they asking for chelik in Eretz Yisrael, they're asking for chelik in Eretz Yisrael, Zeraya though mechabev es. In Yalkut Shimoini, also there in Parshas Pinchas, look at the next reference, Lemishpachois Menashe ben Yosef, right? Why does it say in Chlukas Ha'oretz Lemishpachois Menashe ben Yosef? Menashe, Ephraim Menashe atu shvotim, v'osi Menashe ben Yosef. Zog the Yalkut, שכשם שחיבב יוסף את הארץ, כך יוצא חלוצו חיבבו את הארץ. Yosef was mechabev Eretz Yisrael, and so too his daughters, his descendants, the Bnei Tzlofchad, are also mechabev. They were choyvev Tzion. Yosef was a choyvev Tzion, and so too his granddaughters, the great-great-granddaughters, were choyvev Tzion. How do you know that Yosef was mechabev the Oretz? Right? Look at the Medrash. And the Posuk, Hashem Elokim Atoach Eloisem. Moshe is handling a Masel Matan with the Kodesh Baruch Hu to go into Eretz Yisrael, to Memvatel Gzeira that Moshe Rabbeinu will not go into Eretz Yisrael. Steht in Medrash הזה. Omar Rav Levi. Omar Lefonov Ribono Shel Olam. Atzmoiso Shel Yosef nichnasu la'oretz, ve'ani ein nichnas la'oretz. Omar LaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I don't understand. I'm taking Atzmos of Yosef. The Atzmos veikach Moshe's Atzmos Yosef v'imoy. They carried the dry bones of the Elto Zayde Yosef. Bizar Tzisol, the end of Sefer Yehoshua, we'll get to Perek Chav Daled. Yeshua is Nikbar after 14 years. Yeshua is Nikbar in Timnas Cheres in Shechem in Eretz Yisrael. So Moshe Rabbeinu zocht as a Yeshua, which he has only dry bones, and in Zoiched, he should schlep his or and his casket the whole way and be Nikbar in Eretz Yisrael. V'ani ein nichnas la'oretz, Omar LaKadosh Baruch Hu, listen to this starke Wort. Omar LaKadosh Baruch Hu, Mi shehoide be'arzoi, nikba be'arzoi. Mi shehoide be'arzoi, ein nikba be'arzoi. I heard the Stipler, somebody came to ask him about American Yid who wants to take a chelka to buy in Eretz Yisrael a kever. He came to ask the Stipler if he should buy a kever. So Stipler told him, "Who is the you left Aliyah?" He said, "In America." Where did you live in America? Stipler pulled out this medrash and he told him, "Mi shehoide be'arzoi, nikba be'arzoi." What's hoide be'arzoi? Take a look. Yosef hoide be'arzoi, minayin gvirte oimer rehu evi lonu ish ivri, v'loi kofar. Ela gonov gunavti me'eretz ha'ivrim. She says, Rehu, Eshet Slofchot Zliko is coming to the Taina with a Moitzi Diba and Yosef that he was about to do whatever the Maisi he was doing. And she says, Ish Ivri Re'u. What did she say? Hevi Lonu Ish Ivri. Look, he brengt a Israeli, Ish Ivri. V'lei Kofar. He didn't say, hey, I'm in Mitzrayim right now, I have an Egyptian passport. No. Elo Gonuv Gunafti Me'eretz HaYibrim. Nikba Ba'alta. Minema Shenemar, V'esatzu Sois HaShelu Me'eretz Mitzrayim Kovu B'Shchem. Ato Shelo Hedisa Ba'artzecho, Ein Ano Nikto Ba'artzecho. Keitzad? B'nois Yisroi, Oimrois, Ish Mitzri Tzilonu Miyad HaRoim, V'u Shemea V'Sheisek. Lefichach Lo Nikba Ba'artzecho. The reason why he was Sheisek Pashtas, you look at all the Midrashim, is the guy who was running away for his life. He says, Ish Mitzri Tzilonu, and as Moshe Rabbeinu, Rotzeach, he came to Gola Meir Miklote, they want to be Mechaber, he should say, no, ich bin von dort, I'm a Rotzeach, I'm an escaper, I'm a refugee, don't give me the COVID. So Moshe Rabbeinu, when the Bnei Yisrael is saying, Ish Mitzri Tzilon Miyad HaRoim V'u Shemea V'Sheisek, say, I'm not Ish Mitzri, I'm Ish Ivri, Shemea V'Sheisek. You're not Hoida Ba'artza, you're not Nikba Ba'artza. Yosef is Hoida Ba'artza, is Nikba Ba'artza. Moshe is Lo Hoida Ba'artza, he doesn't have the schus and the merit to be buried in Eretz Yisrael. Akoponim state that Yosef HaTzadik was Mechabev, he was Chayve Veitziyah. He was Hoida Ba'artza. Yet Nish Abgeleken, even in the times the Ish Ivri says, Ki Gonuv Gunafti Me'eretz HaYivrim. He says Gonuv Gunafti Me'eretz HaYivrim. Bnoi Tzlofchad are saying, Avinu meis bamidbor, okay, V'loi hoyo betoicho eido anoya li malshem be'adas koirach, ki bechet oi meis. What says bechet oi meis? What is Tzlofchad dain chet oi? What is the chet? State in the Gemara. The Gemara in Shabbos, look at reference number 4. Tona Rabbanan Mekosh is Tzlofchad. V'chenu oimer, וכן הוא אומר, ויהי בני ישראל במדבר, ולהלון הוא אומר, אבינו מייס במדבר. מה להלון צלופר, אף כאן צלופר, דיבר רב עקיבא. Rabbi Akiva holds that the Mekoishish Eitzim B'yem HaShabbos was Tzlofcha. So Tzlofcha was Mekoishish Eitzim B'yem HaShabbos. Right? There's a shaila in the Meforshim, B'chlal, if the story of the Mekoishish was before Chet HaMeraglim or after Chet HaMeraglim. The shaila is in Sifri Zuta state that this story of Mekoishish took place in Chof Aleph Iyar as soon as they came to Morav and Stav and Shabbos. The next Shabbos is the Mekoishish Eitzim B'yem HaShabbos. The Meraglim story took place in the second year in Choftes Sivon, and they came back. B'shniyah steht more in Tainis Daf Choftes, Sholach Moshe Meraglim on the 29th day of Sivon, and they came back on Tisha B'Av. So the story of the Mekoishish either took place in Chof Aleph Iyar in Shana Rishona, Beis Alof in Tov Memches, Mamesh, a month after they're coming out of Mitzrayim, Chof Aleph Iyar, day in the Shabbos, as steht in Sifrei Zuta, or it took place La'achar Chet HaMeraglim, which took place in the second year, a year and 3 months after they came out of Mitzrayim. Those are Machlokas in Chazal and Midrash. Omar Loi Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira, Akiva, בין כך ובין כך, אתו עושית ליטנס הדין, אם עד כדבורך התוירה כיסיסוי, ואתו מגלה אויסו, ואם לאו, אתו מויצי לעז על אויסי צדיק. Okay? So, the kavanah of state claw, the kavanah of Tzlofcha was L'Shem Shamayim. What was the kavanah of L'Shem Shamayim? Zok Teisis. That since Bnei Yisrael, Teisis goes with the sheet of Chazal, that the chet of the Mekoishish was after the Parsha Meraglim. So Bnei Yisrael, after the Parsha Meraglim, they get a punishment, you stay, you're not going to Eretz Yisrael. So the Meraglim, the Klal Yisrael, you know what? Since we're not going to Eretz Yisrael, so let's up the ganze Torah, it's not manyan. The whole Kabbalah Torah is not Negeya, because he gave us the Torah to go to Eretz Yisrael, but now we have a chet of Meraglim, we're not going to Eretz Yisrael, forget about the Torah, we're not Mekabel Mitzvahs. When Tzlofchad is Mechal Shabbos, in order to get killed, they should take in Teisus. This brings a Chazal. And since they lost the schus to go to Eretz Yisrael, they lost the chayva to keep all the chukei HaTorah. It was Mechal Shabbos in order that he should get killed for Chil Shabbos. So if he gets killed for Chil Shabbos, then the Olam is going to see that the Torah is not null and void, even though they have to stay in the Midbar for 40 years. Okay? Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira says the Mekoshesh was not Slavchot. Slavchot was not the Mekoshesh. Was a second person. So what was the chet of Tzleifel? What's given the chet? The chet was that after the chet HaMeraglim, the Ma'apilim, there was a kvutza of Ma'apilim that wanted to go to Eretz Yisrael. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, Lo Yisa'alu v'hi lo Yisitzlach, why are you going? But there were Ma'apilim that were Vayapilu la'alei Sohora. They said, no, we're going to go to Eretz Yisrael towards them. Who is the person who led the Mishlachas, according to Rabbi Yehuda ben Meseireh? That's against Tzlofchad ben Chefer. So the reason why he died is because it was Mamre the Pi Hashem. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, Lo Yisalu, Vayapilu. V'meila, he got an oynish of Misa, and that's why he died. So we have two shittas why Tzlofchad died. Either he died on Tzmachal Shabbos because, and Kavanose was Hashem Shemaim, or he died because Al Koponim, Shteitoch Klo, the Maral speaks about it, that you see that Tzlofchad ben Chefer was Mechaber v'Sa'oretz. He was Mechaber v'Sa'oretz, very weit. There was Nigzer Agzera and the Meraglim that they're not going to Eretz Yisrael. Vayapilu la'alei Sohora v'hi lo yisitzlach. And he paid for it with his own life. According to Rabbi Yehuda ben Meseireh, b'chet HaMei was Chet HaMa'apilim. So the one who is Chayve v'Sa'oretz is Yosef, God of Gonafti Meretz HaIbrim, and it's a genetic lipshaf. He goes there, and Tzlofchad ben Chefer, ben Mochir, ben Menashe, ben Yosef goes through these Chibas Ha'oretz to the Einikel, to the Uru Einikel, Afazai Vait, that Bechet HaMeis, according to Rabbi Yehuda ben Meseireh, was the Chet of Ma'apilim, that when he heard the Gzei, we're not going to Eretz Yisrael, so I'm not taking it for granted. I'm going to go Vayapilu la'alei Sohora, and he died because he wasn't a Sabbath upon him. He was Moisei Nefesh to go to Eretz Yisrael after the Gzeira that they lost. They're not going to Eretz Yisrael, they're going to die in the middle. You know, the why it's Tzlofchad called Tzlofchad? Steht in Goyen and steht in Ari HaKodesh. Why is Tzlofchad called Tzlofchad? Tzlofchad, the Gemara, I'm bringing you a Gemara, right? So, I'm bringing you a Gemara, look at reference number 6. V'ayinu d'Omar Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, Shloisha Azim him. Okay, there are three things which are Azim. Okay? Yisrael be'umois, Kelev b'chayos, Tarnegol be'oifes, v'yesh oimrim af ez be'behemodako, v'yesh oimrim af tzlaf be'ilonis. I don't know if you learn, tzlaf is a that sort plant which gives payers 3 to 4 times a year. It has very long and sharp leaves, and it has kafrisin, it has evyonis. We go through tzlaf, we find it anywhere from Maseches Broches to Shvi'is to Meisres, this pri that's called tzlaf. Tzlof chad steht nari, and the Goyen bringt das eichet. It's tzlaf chad. He had the azus of a tzlaf, and he was chad, he was very he was persistent, he was 100% nochush to go to Eretz Yisrael. He was called Slof Chad, is Slav Chad. You know, there's the Maral says, no Slof Chad, he says, given atate, was a Moisei Nefesh given af chibas tziyoi, he died. He was azin, he had azus to go to Eretz Yisrael. Gemara de Kazach, steht in the Gemara, there's a story in the Gemara in Shabbos, the end of Shabbos, Daf Kuf Nun. Maise bechosi dechot. Listen to this. Look at this. Shenifras le peretz betoich sadeh v'nimlach alei legoydra. A guy had a Shabbos. He had a piyatzein together, and Maise bechosi dechot. Shaila and Teisus, there's two pshatim over there in Rishonim. What does it mean? Did he want to do it on Shabbos? He forgot it Shabbos, or he was planning to do it after Shabbos. V'nimlach alei, and then because he had a machshava on Shabbos to fill up the pirza, he was mekabel on himself not to use this, not to live together, pasuach, and his whole son was porous. What does it say in the Gemara? V'loi godro, v'nasa nes, v'olso boi tzlaf, u'mimene oyo parnososu parnosas anshe beisa. Chassidus Shemaisa. Hein Banach is the Yortzeit for Reb Shaila. Chassidus Shemaisa. Gat parnosa. Who's the Gata parnosa? He had an avamina to Mechal Shabbos to be Segir the Pilza, and then he said, because I thought about it on Shabbos, I'm not going to do it. I'll put you one shot basis. So Nasal is Hagemorich, that's all Ishkemaisale. Venasal is Ve Ola Boitzlaf and Mimenu Hoysa Parnosa, so Parnosa Sansha Basic. From don't know the call the Parnosa. The Parnosa came from that. Who's Chosid Echad? It's 5 times says Chosid Echad in Shas. Ish Rishlono Rabbeinu HaGoyen, you don't have to have a Goyen, it's Rishonim. Whatever it says Chosid Echad is Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi. Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi, everybody's going to Meron, there's a beautiful kever on the corner, Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi, he's Chosid Echad. In Ramah Pana, steht in Shah Gilgulim, Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi was a Gilgul of Tzlofchad ben Chefer. And the tikkun for the Chilul Shabbos on the side that he was Mechal Shabbos according to Rabbi Akiva, the tikkun for the Chilul Shabbos was as Yenef and the Neshome is there Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi came into Ma'aseh of Chilul Shabbos, and because he had a Havim into Mechal Shabbos, so he got this Slofchad. Slofchad is getting back. Slofchad versus Slofchad. Elon Uesik, Divrei Kabbalah, about Koponim Azay State, Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Loi is the Gilgul Slofchad. Slofchad who was Mechal Shabbos, he was Mekoish. Even though he's a tzaddik, Kavanos L'Shem Shamayim, Tesis brings his Kavanos L'Shem Shamayim, and Tesis in Baba Basra, in Kuf Yutes, look at the Tesis in reference number 5. Nir L'Rash B'Sor L'Kamanot Slof Chalayin L'Mekoishish, U'Maisa Mekoishish B'Tchila Sarboy Miyad Achei Maisa Meraglim, the Oma B'Medrash L'Shem Shamayim Niskam Shorim L'Yisrael K'Veh Shenik Zelo L'Ikonis L'Oretz, V'Maisa Meraglim B'Chuyah B'Mitzvah Omer L'Chil Shabbos Kadei Sheyorg V'Yiro Achei. So he was Mechal Shabbos, and he did it L'Shem Shamayim, but L'Maisa there was a mice of Chilul Shabbos. So the tikkun of this Chilul Shabbos comes in Gilgul down the road. On who, what's Ololoi, what's the schar, the Slof Chad, the ain't Slaf, was a Dalton for Dalton Bakumen, the Panos Al Kaponim, B'nos Slof Chad are getting this thirst and this drive and this Chibas Siyoin, something that go through from the Tatev was given, according to the Tzad in the Gemara, that he wanted was for the Ma'apilim. He was willing to pay for him with his own flesh and blood. And furthermore, with the Zayda Yosef, Shehoida Ba'artzoi, and he was Zeicha to be Nikba Ba'artzoi. This is just the Akdoma of Neis Lovchot. We spoke about the Nachla of Neis Lovchot, but I would like really to go to the second half of the pair. So let's go to Posuk Yudaled Yitches. Steht the Posuk Yudaled Azeh. וידברו בני יוסף אז ישוע עליהם, מדוע נשאת לי נחל לגוירול אחד וחבל אחד, ואני עם רב, עד אשר, עד כוי ברכני אשר. ויאמר עליהם ישוע, אם רב, עם רב עתו עלה לכו היערו, וברסו לכו שום בארץ הפריזי והרפואים, כי עוץ לכו ההר אפרים. ויאמרו בני יוסף, לא ימוצו לנו ורכב ברזל בכל הכנעין, היושב בארץ העמק, לאשר בבי שעון ובני שאו, ולאשר בעמק ישראל, ויאמר ישוע ביססו לאפרים ולמנשה לאמר, עם רב עתו וכוח גדול לכו, לא יהיה לכו גוירול אחד. כי הר יהיה לך, כי ירו ברסו, ואוהל לכו תצויסו, כי תראה שסכנני כרכב ברזל הוא. To wrap it up for you, to make a long story short, what's happening is Bnei Yosef come to Yeshua, and they say, you know what? You gave us a piece of land. Now I want to tell you, if you look at the Gvulos of Eretz Yisrael, Menashe and Ephraim, the Gvul of Menashe, if I look at the map of Eretz Yisrael in the site from the Yeshua, Osher was in the northwest, Naphtali was in the northeast, Issachar and Zvul were right afterwards in the center. Menashe had 2 parts, one on the eastern bank of the Jordan River, one on the western bank. Menashe occupies Gans Eretz Yisrael underneath Issachar and Zvulun and underneath Osher, from the Yam HaTichon, from the Mediterranean, all the way to the Jordan River. And the Bruder, Ephraim, goes underneath Menashe, but instead of being so weit from the Yam till the Yarden, Yim, on the west side, there is a Ritzua of approximately 21 miles, which belong to Shevet Dan. So Shevet Dan, who sits on the Yam HaTichon, east of Shevet Dan, all the way to the Jordan River, sits Ephraim underneath Menashe. That's the map. They come in, they tell Yosef, they tell Yeshua, we have Amrav. Look at Rashi. Rashi says, what does it mean Amrav? Rashi says, Asher Roisa shenisrabe miminyan rishon leminyan sheni 20,500 kiminyan koi begimatria. Leminyan rishon אתה מוצא במנשה בספר ובמדבור 32,000 ומאתיים ובפנחס 52,700. עד koi chsidish avot. Koi is begimatria 20,000. The chof is 20,000, Rashi, and the hay is 500. Ad koi, I have an enormous amount of people. I have another 20,000 because the minyan arishain, which we find that they were in what's his name? They had from the minyan. Klal Yisrael was named in the Midbar twice. One time when they came out of Mitzrayim, and one time when they came before they coming into Eretz Yisrael. There were two minyanim. If you look in the minyan, you see that Shevet Menashe went up from 32,200, and in Parshas Pinchas he was 52,700. So it's 20,500. Mathematical calculation, they went up 63% in their population. That's Shevet Menashe. Ephraim, on the other hand, went down. Ephraim used to be in the first Mifkad, Ephraim was 40,500, and in the second one, 32,500. He lost 8,000 people. So Ephraim goes down 8,000, and Menashe goes up 20,000. 20,000 from 32,000 to 52,000 is a lot of people. So Menashe, now, if you look, who is speaking here? Take a look. Vayadabu b'nei Yosef, says Rashi, b'nei Yosef, Shevet Menashe. Rashi said b'nei Yosef doesn't mean Ephraim and Menashe. B'nei Yosef is Shevet Menashe. Afterwards, Vayomer Yehoshua, Aleim Yehoshua, okay. And then it says, Vayomer in Posek Zayin, Vayomer Yehoshua of Beis Yosef, LeEphraim and Menashe, Am Ravato. So Yehoshua is answering not to Menashe himself, but to Menashe and Ephraim. What's happening over here? Was tut sich da? The Rashi says on the Posuk, V'yidgu l'roiv hamalach hagoyel oisi mikol ro u'yevorach es hanorim v'yidgu l'roiv bekerev ha'oretz. Right? Where was the kiyum of this bracha v'yidgu l'roiv bekerev ha'oretz? Says Rashi, I'm quoting. Take a look. Hamalach hagoyel oisi mikol ro. Right? Says Rashi, v'yidgu l'roiv bekerev ha'oretz. Zokt Rashi, this is the minyan that they went up in the Uchlusin from 20,500. So the bracha is given to Ephraim. Ephraim did not get the bracha. Menashe gets the bracha. He gets increased by. Therefore, he's coming to Moshe to Yehoshua, and he tells him, "Listen, it's not enough." Yehoshua tells him, "You know what? What do you mean it's not enough? You have enough." The problem was that he got a mountain. On the mountaintop, there were a bunch of forests. So he told them, go to the forest and you shave off the forest, you're going to have more land. If you don't have enough, they tell him, we're afraid because on the bottom, in the valley, the Knaini has Rechev, Barzel, and he's like Mamish, a very, very strong. Don't forget. You have an Amrav. This is the conversation. You have an Amrav, don't be afraid. You're the only one. You have a big Olam over here. You're going to go with your Amrav and you're going to be on top of the mountain. And you be on top of the mountain. You have a strategically edge over and above what your Knaini I'm going to have, and you're going to take it. This is the Masul mountain. But what's happening over here? The Yidgul Arev Beker Horetz. What's happening over here? The Goyen. Look at the Goyen. The Goyen in Koil Liyo and Parshas. You have it over here in reference number 13. Zog the Goyen. Listen to this. Hine Rabim Makshim. Look at the Lashon HaGoyen. Take a look inside. Hine Rabim Makshim. Okay. אבל בכל הפקודים לא תמצם יויסר משאר השבטים כאשר נפקדו במדבור בערבס מויב 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. You have shvatim are much more. Shevet Reuven was 49,000. What do you get into tumult? Where's the Yidgul Arev? Rabbi Machshim, the Goyen says. A lot of people ask the kasha. ויש שלמה, כי ברכס יעקב אבינו לריבויים לא ישראל רק על זמן כניסוסם לאורץ, כמו שסיים בדבריו בקרב האורץ. ובאמס בהיכונסום לאורץ בשבע שנים שכיבשו, אז חולה עליהם ברכס יעקב, כי נסרבו כדגי היום שאין מספור לתולדויסום. Lochen ksi vayadabu bnei Yosef v'Yeshua lemer madua nosat li nachla goyer lecho v'chevel lecho v'ani amrav ad asher koi b'chani Hashem. Kloimar ad asher nich b'shor oretz. ולכך השיבו ישוע עם התורה רב עלה לכו יערו ועל זה שפרו אמרו רביסינו משום תפלו משום עין אורו כי בזמן לא יקביר נשרה בו עד כי חדל לספור. The Kohen is telling us a new pshat. Rashi learns that the Baruch of Yidul B'Kev Haaretz was in the time from the Mifkad Arishim when they came out of Mitzrayim to the Mifkad Hasheni in Avos before they go to Eretz Yisrael. The Kohen says, I'm sorry, Lech Tiketok, that's not called the Ribui. That's not the Yidgul Aroy like fish, Porim Verovim. So the Goyen, you know what happened? When they captured Eretz Yisrael and they gave Ephraim and Menashe, it doesn't go Dafka Menashe, it goes on both. It goes on both, on Ephraim and on Menashe. And at that time, was such a Ribui TV at Ki Chadal Lispor. There are hundreds of thousands of members in Shevet Menashe and Shevet Ephraim, and that was the key for V'yidkul L'Ored Bekerev. Bekerev Haaretz means to say, when they come to Eretz Yisrael. So when Bnei Yosef come in, it's not Dafka Bnei Menashe. Vayomer Yosef doesn't say anywhere in the Pesukim. Rashi says, Rashi L'Shitosoi, Rashi learned that the bracha of V'yidkul L'Ored Bekerev Haaretz was Miskayim, only in Shevet Menashe, which went up. That's why they're the Zogers. And when he says Le'Ephraim u'Le'Menashe am Rav Ato, the Rishonim explain why is he talking to Ephraim. Ephraim, you're going to help him out to shave off the forest to your brother. You're together, your two brothers. You're going to help him out to shave off so he'll have more room for his extra 20,500 people at Koi. That's how Rashi learns the Pesukim. The Goyen says no. Vayadabru bnei Yosef doesn't mean Menashe. Vayadabru bnei Yosef is Ephraim and Menashe. And the reason why, because in the Sheva Shechilku, during the time of Sheva Shekipshu, Sheva Shechilku, they multiply ad Chadal Lispor. There were hundreds of thousands of members of Bnei Yosef, and therefore they're coming to say, we don't have any more room, we need extra land. Yeshua tells them, you're such an Amrav, go up to the mountain, don't worry about the Knainim, because you have such a Amrav, he's not going to do anything to you. Shave off the forest, and become members over there. You have enough room over there on top of the mountain. There at the bottom, you have edge over them. Strategically, you're going to win the war, and nothing is going to happen to you. As they learn the Goyen Pshat, Nish Virashi, the Goyen learns that the Baruch of Yidgul L'Orei B'Kev Haaretz was his Kaimir, and just want to, two nekudas, we don't have too much time. In the Pasuk in the Torah, it says, when he gives Yosef additional, it says Ve'ato. Look at reference number 14. Shnei bonecha neloiducha be'eretz Mitzrayim abo yelecho lihem Ephraim u'Menashe kiruvim v'Shimon yiyu li u'moiladetcho asher oiladeto achreihem lecho yiyu al shem acheim yikoru benachaloso. Zokt Rashi u'moiladetcho im toilid oid bonim, if you be more children lo yiyu b'minyan bonai ela betoich shifte Ephraim u'Menashe yiyu nichlolim v'lo yiyeh lohem shem b'shvotim lo yiyu anachalo ve'af al gav shenechleko oretz למינyan גולגלויסום, כדכסיב לרב תר בנחלוס וכל איש ואיש, נוטל בשו וחוץ מן הבחורים, מכל מקום לא נקראו שבותים אלו אלה להטיל גוירה לאורץ למינyan שמויס השבותים, ונוסי לכל שבט ושבט, ודגולים לזה ולזה. Rashi comes along and says that the double portion that Bnei Yosef got, it didn't have any shaykhs to the chalukah of the Nachla, because anyway, Zokt Rashi, the Nachalo was per capita. You gave it according to the many people. So you have whoever gets, every person gets a quarter of an acre, so they got according to the people. It doesn't make a difference. Larav tar benachalosei v'lame'at tamnis nachalosei ish lefi pkudov ite nachalosei zech Rashi l'shevet shehoyu merube b'uchlusim notnu chelek rav ve'af al pi shelo yu achalokim shovim שהרי הכל לפי ריבוי השבט חילקו החלוקים לא יעשה לה על פי גוירו והגוירו לא יעשה פירוך הקודש. Rashi says, לרב תאמר, Rashitas Rashi, בכל מוקים, twice in Chumash and twice in Shas, that the chalukah was per capita. Every person got equal, and therefore, the Oretz was not nischalka l'shvotim, and the Shevet made the Egan chalukah. If there were 100,000 people, they got enough, 100,000 times a quarter of an acre. The 50,000 got a smaller nachla. The Chalokim of the Shvatim, according to Rashi, were not Shavim because the proration was according to per capita. That's Shitas Rash. Ramban Dingzach, Ramban Shreit Chai Vekayom, and he says it's not true. And soon we're going to see the Ramban inside. I just would like to add a vort. We have a short time. I'd like to add a vort. If you look in Parshas Shlach, at the beginning of the story of the Meraglim, it says like this: Lamata Ephraim, Oishea Binun. Lamata Yosef, Lamata Menashe, Gadi ben Susi. Lamata Ephraim, Yeshua ben Nun is a representative of Shevet Ephraim. Lamata Yosef, Lamata Menashe, Gadi ben Susi. Lamata Ephraim doesn't say Lamata Ephraim, Lamata Yosef, Lamata Ephraim. The Ramban Shtelzach. I once heard years ago from my Alter Chavrusa, Rav Shimon Moshe Diskin, Rosh Yeshiva from Kolteir, is a case about Kisha, and he said, this is a word he told the Briskerov, when he got a nod as a yeye, a word, he said pshat. He says, the Gemara in Hoyreis is a machlekes in Korban Shevet, if Ephraim and Menashe are considered, Shevet is Korban HaShevet. The Gemara in Hoyreis is a machlekes, Ephraim and Menashe is 2 Shvotim, or 1 Shevet. Legabe Korban HaShevet. According to one Manda Omar, is only L'inyan Nachle, Kebei Shvotim. L'Nachle, you got a double portion L'inyan Nachle, but L'inyan Korban HaShevet, they blind 1 Shevet. According to the other Manda Omar, even L'inyan Korban, there were considered 2 Shvotim. Shiluach HaMeraglim were for 2 purposes. State in the Ramban. First, to find out what kind of land. First, you want to know what kind of piece of land you're getting. And weiter was you want to strategically holding a war. I would like to know what kind of, you have to conquer so Moshe sent ish echod mikol shevet. According to the Manda Omar in the Sugi Sagmore in Hoyre, so the Ephraim and Menashe were only shtei shvotim or nachlo, but not the Dovrachel. The Korban HaShevet, they bring one. The nachlo, he got double. So Miller comes out, legabe biur nachlo, he had to send also a representative of Shevet Menashe. Why? Because he's getting a nachlo, right? Also from Ephraim. But legabe de milchama, Bibal is, they consider like Shevet Echad, is enough to send 1 representative. So he said, he sent for the Milchama, he sent the president, the Roy Shevet Bnei Yosef. Gadi ben Susi, says the Ramban, was the Nasi of Shevet Yosef. Gadi ben Susi was Mishevet Menashe, Bnei Menashe, he was the Roish HaShevet from Yosef. Why? Because, I'm giving you now a scoop. Gadi ben Susi was 4 years older than Yeshua ben Nun at the time of Shiluach HaMeraglim. So they made him into the Rosh HaShevet. The 2 people going from Yosef, Gadi ben Susi and Yeshua ben Nun. So Yeshua ben Nun was 4 years junior to Gadi ben Susi. So the Rosh Shevet ben Yosef was, Gadi ben Susi came for 2 reasons. One is for Nachlo, right? Shevet Menashe v'Nachlo. And one is for Rigul Milchama. So he says, Lamata Yosef, Lamata Menashe, Gadi ben Susi. He serves as a dual-purpose shliach, Sai for the Nachla, and Sai for the Milchama. He was representing the Shevet, Liya Nachla. But the Sheh Binun is only when they're only for the Nachla alone. So therefore, it doesn't say Lamata Yosef. This is what he told the Briskerov. It was a Maaseh, he came for a Shidduch with the Briskerov's daughter. He prepared himself and he asked him to say a word, Ba'agod and Ish Ba'alocha. 3 vertlach he told him. This is the word he told him. Briskerov answered him, Zeir gut mi'al yorn gehart. It says, Vayas kol v'sa'om, Vayomer aloi na'ale v'yorashni ki yochol nuchal. Yeshua schweigt das auch gar nicht. Later, when it says, Yeshua binun v'kol ben Yehuda min haTorah min ha'oretz, they koru bigdeihem, Vayomer al das bnei Yisrael, but the first reaction, Kolev is the one who is speaking Aloi Na'ale. When Yeshua schweigt still, it doesn't say a word. Later on, the Koyer Bigdayim, so Yeshua is the one who says together with Kol, Toiv Oretz Me'oid Me'oid Yard. What's the Pshat? Skov says, the way you're saying, I understand very well. Why? Because Kolev was a meragel also le'inyan ha-milchama. So le'inyan milch ha-milchama, ha-b'machan imi b'mifzorim, so Mimele, he says, Aloyu na'ale v'yarash no'isu. But Yeshua ben Nun was a representative of Mishevet Ephraim. Mishevet Ephraim klape the milchama, ha-b'machan imi b'mifzorim, we had the Nasi l'Shevet Ephraim, which was Gadi ben Susi. From Shevet Menashe, he was the Shiurei Shevet Yosef. When he comes, Aloyu na'ale yarash no'isu, it's not his job. When he comes and say what kind of Eretz Yisrael is, he says, Toiv Oretz Moed Moed, because B'yachas Tanachlo, that's the given the Tzuleg for the Bris Karov